Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. I am looking at my wonderful classroom here, and it is full to the brim with all of my wonderful student and also teaching assistant, who is, of course, Mr. Curtis. So please go ahead and introduce yourself, Mr. Curtis.
Yes, that's me. That's me right here.
He's bouncing in his seat. He's very, very eager.
Welcome today, class. I know that all of you may not know me, but I am Mr. Curtis.
I think everyone knows you by this point. Okay.
Now, Mr. Curtis, can you give us two truths and a lie? Last week I asked Corbin to do this for us. Corbin is, of course, our trainer in training. To say hello.
Hey, what's
quickly.
up?
Now,
how was everyone's Christmas?
No, shush.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mr. Curtis, two truths and a lie, so we can get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, I own the Cantonian region's largest Spinnerack colony.
That one's probably true.
That's true.
I do spend 22 hours a day in this classroom.
That's probably true as well.
And
I don't know if that one's true. Yes.
Are you okay?
Bug types are bad.
That's the
what's the lie?
That's more of a statement, not a fact about you.
That is.
I almost couldn't get that one out.
Are you saying that you think, Mr. Curtis? Are you saying that you think bug types are bad?
No, obviously bug types are the best type.
That
one was obviously the lie.
Okay, but you didn't.
Right, that was the lie.
Okay, but you didn't say that you thought bug types were bad. You just said that bug types were bad, which is true.
Like it's an objective truth. Yeah, they suck.
That's an objective truth.
No, I don't think so. I think if you actually look at the numbers, the bug types are the best types.
I don't know what numbers you're looking at.
I don't know what you're just making up numbers. Wait, no, look on the board. Look, Curtis drew something on the blackboard. It's numbers in the shape of a sentence that says bug types are the best.
See?
I'm
right there.
I'm looking at the numbers.
The numbers.
Yeah, we're looking at the numbers.
Cannot lie.
We are here to learn about Pokemon. All right, so I would very much like to do that. But before I get into our lesson today, I first would like to say thank you so much to a virtual student by the name of, if I'm getting this correctly, Ionic Crowd, I believe is the student's name. They have sent in some very...
yes, Mr. Crowd.
Yes,
he and I have messaged each other
Mr. Crowd is their father, all right? So.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Yes.
He's a friend. He's a friend.
Or she, we don't know. I haven't actually met these people in person.
Me neither.
But they have turned in some very, very promising work on, I believe it's the Olar region, which is a region I have not previously heard of. But they have some interesting different regional variants, specifically on the different EV evolutions, or evolutions as some people have taken to calling them. But yes, excellent work there, Ionic Crowd, and I look forward to seeing what your research produces.
Research.
Okay,
Sorry.
yes, I pronounced a word wrong. All right, I talk a lot in this classroom.
No, this is beautiful research and beautiful artwork. Mr. Curtis, please put this on the board. Put this on the board.
Not on the board. I will put this
on the board. Yeah, he said a word wrong too.
You dumb Curtis.
I'm sorry. No, Ionic, Mr. Cloud or or Ionic Cloud gets the
Crowd.
It's Crowd, not
Cloud. Whatever. Gets the golden star
wrong.
today.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kurtz. Would you like to take that again? You want to try one more time at that?
Ionic, yes, Mr. Ionic.
No, don't know.
Okay, yes. Ionic Cloud gets.
Oh my God! I'm gonna lose my mind. It's Ionic Crowd.
Oh, it's Crowd. Oh, excuse me.
You said that like 5 times.
Okay. Yes, Professor. Ionic Crowd does get today's gold star, and I will be putting a picture of this previously unknown Pokemon to me, Rango, up on the board. And I think Rango, he's gonna go over here in the corner. he's definitely something that I'm going to have to look into in the future.
Rango. That's a cool Pokemon. Hey, are we learning about Rango today? Is that the Pokemon today?
No, but I'm glad you asked, because, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it, we are learning about Graveler, which is the evolved form of Geodude. So thank you very much, Ionic Crowd. We are going to move on to the lesson now, though. Has anybody seen a Graveler in person?
No. I've seen Gravel in person.
Okay, if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen a Graveler?
No, I have not, no.
Okay, all right. Mr. Curtis, how about you?
Yes, I am familiar with the Graveler. I did step on one of them once, and they did send me flying. That did not go
They are
well.
very large, so it's surprising that you could step on one.
And in charge.
Yeah. Let's take. I think we should take a closer look at them, because we all seem to be pretty unfamiliar with what a Graveler looks like. So let's go ahead and take a look at this Geodude that I happen to have with me.
This Geodude? You have a Geodude with you?
This Graveler that I have. It's been a long.
You
it's
had
been a
me
long
fooled
week,
there.
folks. It's been a long week.
All right, let's see it. Ooh, 4 arms. It looks like it's like Machamp.
And
Machamp
2 legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one and it's 2 of its arms are holding its belly like it's laughing really hard.
It's got a lot of appendages, so is it a bug type?
No, it's a rock type. Well, it's a rock ground type, and it is the rock Pokemon, just like Geodude was.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. I wonder how heavy this thing is. I'm not going to try to lift it, but
I mean, it's let me just take a quick look at this one. Judging by the diameter of it and the arm, the finger length, I would say it's around 231.5 pounds is about
you're pretty good at that.
Yeah, I mean,
For
you don't
that
know.
size?
I could be completely wrong.
Okay, Professor. I mean, no, Professor, you are never wrong. You set the standard.
So
true.
If that's
you almost caught yourself disagreeing with him there. I heard
if
it.
that's what 231 pounds is,
231.5.
that's right. That's the international standard.
I mean, you guys kind of already, kind of like hit on the most important part, which is that it does have 2 sets of arms. It also has like tiny little stubby, like little baby legs. You may have noticed as it's trying to wobble around here, it doesn't actually walk very well.
No. Probably not very fast either.
No. Well, not walking. They actually have a different preferred method of movement. Can anybody take a guess as to what that is?
I'm gonna assume it's rolling, because that's what Geodude did, right?
Yes, they much like Geodude, they like to roll with the flow, as Mr. Curtis put it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, so everybody give our Graveler here on the head. Actually, this is Geraldo.
Geraldo! You did evolve Geraldo.
Yeah, I did Geraldo.
Yes.
It's pretty easy to evolve a Geodude. Just give it a bunch of rocks to eat, and it just goes
All
right into a Graveler.
What's up, Geraldo?
Yeah, so give
ya.
Geraldo a pat on the head. Let him know that you remember him and that you love him.
Beautiful,
Good boy,
hard boy.
Geraldo.
Love to see it.
Yes. All right.
you very
Let's put Geraldo back into the Pokeball and move on with this lesson.
Adios, Geraldo. Gonna miss you.
See ya maybe next week. Who knows?
Oh, maybe.
Ooh, I'm not promising anything.
Oh, come on.
No. Don't tell me what to do. All right.
Well, we go in sequential order. It's gonna be the evolution of.
Well, yeah,
Graveler,
but
right?
I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna evolve this Graveler. I'm not entitled to evolve every Pokemon I get. It's a lot of work, Some people
What
think,
else you have to do?
Just make it battle a bunch and then it'll level up and evolve. But no, you don't understand. It has to actually be your friend. All right, it has to feel a strong connection, and it's hard to do that with a Pokemon every single week. All right.
True. Facts.
All right,
Yep.
so
That's true.
as long as you understand what I'm saying, you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I do. I just think any real professor would put a little bit more effort.
Hey, are you saying our professor doesn't put enough effort in?
Yeah, most of my effort is put towards dealing with you.
I'm not Curtis. I'm not saying that. I'm implying that. Okay, there's a difference.
Okay,
that
is
is true. There is a difference.
As long as you keep it inside your mouth instead of outside your mouth, that's okay.
All right, it's inside my mouth.
Say it with your brain mouth and not your face mouth.
Exactly.
That's right.
All right, let's go ahead and read these Pokédex entries and start with, of course, the Kanto region. The first one says, rolls down slopes to move. It rolls over any obstacle without slowing or changing its direction.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll just go right through it.
Nope.
No poops given.
Yeah. The next one says, often seen rolling down mountain trails, obstacles are just things to roll straight over, not avoid. Can I just say, that is some of the most empowering, uplifting, motivational stuff I've ever heard. If you're having a hard time in life, just remember, obstacles are just things to roll straight over, not avoid.
Exactly.
We gotta
Right?
have that at the front of the classroom on a poster.
Right? We should. That is beautiful. Thank you, Professor Oak.
What an inspirational man.
All right, the next one, a little bit less inspirational, says, rolls on steep mountainous trails. It plows through grass, trees, and anything else that gets in its way.
I don't think grass would really get in its way, but yeah.
But it'll plow right through it. You can't deny that. He's not wrong. Oh, God. What? Graveler, watch out for all that grass. Oh, wow, it went right through it. Who could have guessed?
It might itch your body. Don't.
Oh, no, are you allergic to grass? Okay, all right, that does it for the Kanto region. Let's move on to the Johto region. With a free and uncaring nature, it doesn't mind if pieces break off while it rolls down mountains.
Jeez, that's metal.
Yeah, well, it doesn't care. I mean, it's chill. It's relaxed.
I don't think that's relaxing.
It's free and uncaring. That's relaxing.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know they roll down hills for the thrill of it, right? Like, that's why they do it.
I could be free and uncaring, but still not be relaxed.
Can you? I don't know about that. I feel like uncaring kind of, like, implies relaxed.
Yeah, well, it goes both ways. You don't
can you
get
not
excited.
care about anything but be stressed out? I don't think you
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
What would you be stressed about?
Nothing.
Not
because you don't care.
I guess nothing.
Nothing. Not a thing.
That's right.
All right, the next one here says, a slow walker. It rolls to move. It pays no attention to any object that happens to be in its path. Yes, Curtis, I see your hand up. You have a question?
Yes, Professor. Good. I'm glad you finally called on me. I've been wanting to ask you
I guess
this
it has been up for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Sorry.
for several class periods. Would you say you prefer to wear black or brown socks?
Okay,
when you come to
Mr.
work?
Curtis, if you could please keep the questions related to Pokemon, I would much
Shut
appreciate
up,
I'm sorry.
Curtis.
I'm sorry.
Shut up.
I
jeez.
can't
It's
always
Mr.
tell.
Curtis. To you, Corbin.
That's right.
All right. The next one here says, it travels by rolling on mountain paths. If it gains too much speed, it stops by running into huge rocks. Obviously, that's something that could get in its way that it wouldn't roll over. I mean, just saying.
Huge rocks? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if it uses those to stop, it can't roll them over. So maybe not. It can't roll through any. It can't quote unquote plow through anything. There, Professor Oak. You might want to reevaluate your entry.
Yeah,
Yeah, idiot. All right, next entry. Moving on to the Hoenn region. It says, Graveler grows by feeding on rocks. Apparently, it prefers to eat rocks that are covered in moss.
Yummy.
This Pokemon eats its way through a ton of rocks on a daily basis. Now, I don't know if it means like a literal ton of rocks or just like a lot of rocks.
See, I at first glance, I'm thinking ton as in just a lot. But no, honestly, with how big and beefy Geraldo was there, I could see him eating a literal ton of rocks.
That is true. I can see
A ton
But if
could work.
he's eating 2,000, here's the real question though. If he's eating 2,000 pounds worth of rocks every day, but he only weighs 235 pounds, where's all that
he's
weight?
pooping a lot.
Where's that weight go?
He's got to be pooping
Well, I mean,
constantly.
He is constantly rolling down a mountain, which is chipping pieces of its body off.
And pooping in the
that's a lot.
process.
That's like 10 times or 9/10 of what he eats every day.
That's
gets
all
chipped
Graveler does is roll and poop.
Well, I mean, think about it, right? He's constantly rolling, meaning he's constantly losing pieces. He needs to constantly be eating.
Yeah, makes sense.
Understandable.
Yeah, understandable. This next one here says, rocks are Graveler's favorite food. This Pokemon will climb a mountain from the base to the summit, crunchingly feasting on rocks all the while. Upon reaching the peak, it rolls back down to the bottom.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. They descend from mountains by tumbling down steep slopes. They are so brutal, they smash aside obstructing trees and massive boulders with thunderous tackles.
Jeez.
That tracks.
Okay, but does it track though? It says it smashes aside massive boulders, right? But before we saw that it stops by running into huge rocks. What makes a huge rock different from a massive boulder? When I think of massive boulder, I think it's something that's bigger than a huge rock, right?
Yeah,
right.
Because a huge rock is huge, but I mean, it ain't no massive boulder.
Well, that's contradictory then, because at one point it's stopping for rocks, then it's smashing through boulders, which are bigger. Nah.
Smashing aside.
Maybe the rocks, maybe like the boulders in Hoenn are a little bit bigger, or a little bit smaller, or softer than the ones in the Kanto region.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never actually been to the Hoenn region, so I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay, this next one says, be careful while hiking on mountain trails. Grappler may come rolling down the path without slowing. That makes me wonder, does it ever, like, run over a Geodude? Because Geodudes love to live on mountain paths.
I feel like Geodude could take it, maybe.
They don't like being stepped on.
It could take it.
I mean, they get mad when they get stepped on by a hiker. Imagine getting rolled over by a Graveler.
I don't want to imagine that. It sounds awful. I mean,
exactly.
Again, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if that might kill it, actually.
Maybe the little pieces chip off and it turns into Geodudes.
Now we're talking.
Now we're cooking with gas.
That's how they reproduce.
But of course, that's not true. But much like every other Pokemon, Gravelers reproduce by laying eggs. We all know this. Okay, well, Geodudes come out of eggs. Again, nobody's ever seen a Pokemon lay an egg. We just know that that Pokemon come out of them. So
yeah, we don't know.
That's where they come from. We don't know. All right, that does it for the Hoenn region. Let's move on to the Sinnoh region. Gravelers make their homes on sheer cliff faces by gouging out numerous horizontal holes.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so they live in the face of a mountain, which honestly is much better than a mountain path, if you ask me.
Yeah, secluded, nice views.
Yeah, the terror of one wrong move making you fall down to your death.
Oh, I don't think it cares. I don't think that would kill it.
It keeps you. You're right. It'll probably stay alive. They're pretty hard. The next one says, it tumbles down slopes, heedless of any body parts chipping off. It eats a ton of rocks daily. Again, it said ton again. I don't know. I don't know if it's a literal ton or just a lot. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. True.
The last one from the Sinnoh region says, it rolls on mountain paths to move. Once it builds momentum, no Pokemon can stop it without difficulty.
So they can, it'd just be difficult.
It would be difficult. I mean, Machamp can move mountains, is all I'm going to say.
So Machamp could split it in two, basically.
Right.
So, I mean, I feel as though a Machamp could stop it with one finger, right?
Maybe.
And I bet an Alakazam could stop it with its mind, no problem. I feel like that's a bit of an exaggeration.
That's half of these Pokédex entries, man.
And of course, Charizard could melt it with its breath, so it could stop it there.
Well, maybe. We don't know that for sure.
Well, I mean, it's something. So, and Charizard can melt anything.
Well,
so I think
most
it's part
things.
of that group.
Anything is hyperbolic. So.
Nah, I mean, it's in the Pokédex. I don't know what you want from me. All right. So that does it for Sinnoh region, and so there's nothing new for Unova or Kalos. So let's move on to the Alola region. They say that mossy rocks are its favorite food. It can devour a ton a day while crunching loudly. Again, they don't put any actual numbers to it. They just say, quote unquote, a ton.
Does it say why it likes the moss? Is it fiber?
It doesn't say exactly why. I don't know.
Okay.
Good
All
question.
right, we just need some binding up in there.
Yeah,
something other than just rocks.
Need some grit for the digestion. It's pooping a lot, so it's got to have some kind of roughage.
It's got to have
not pooping.
Yeah, fiber.
Fiber.
Yeah.
All right, it's fiber. We're stating right here, right now, it's fiber.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Got to be. Lots of poop.
This next one says, this slow-footed Pokemon moves by curling up and rolling instead of walking. With enough momentum, its speed can exceed 60 miles per hour.
Was that 60 or 16?
6D, 60.
60 miles per hour.
Yes,
huh?
60 miles per hour.
Pretty fast.
It's pretty good. That's the average speed of a car on a highway.
Some say I can almost run that fast. I'm pretty fast.
You're not.
That's
not
almost a mile a minute.
I
That's
can
exactly a mile a minute there, Mr.
when I
Curtis.
bend over and stick my arms back straight behind me. Whoo, I can go fast.
Oh, he does go pretty fast.
I
Do
do.
I have a
does
class
that.
of 2 10-year-olds in here, Mr. Curtis? I thought you were a little bit more mature.
Have you been paying attention? He's not mature.
That's fair. That's fair.
I
that's
just
fair.
I just watch him do it and time him. That way he gets an accurate idea of how
Sure.
fast he can run.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't yawning at what you were saying. I was yawning just in general.
He does pull a good 4 miles per hour when he runs like that.
See, almost 60. It's getting there.
Yeah, you'll get there someday.
I'm working up to it.
The next one says it climbs up cliffs as it heads towards the peak of a mountain. As soon as it reaches the summit, it rolls back down the way it came. What a life. What a life.
What a way to
Just
live.
climbing and rolling and sleeping and pooping.
Wish that was my life.
All right. The last one here from the Alola region says it travels by rolling down cliffs. If it falls into a river, it will explode with its last gasp.
Oh,
What?
God.
It seems a little dramatic. If
Like,
you
does that mean
ask
like it
me.
dies when it enters the river?
Well,
It
the term
explodes.
explode paired with its last gasp would make me believe that yes, it does die if it falls in a river.
So wait, how does Graveler bathe?
It doesn't need to bathe. It's a
It
rock.
doesn't need bathe.
Ew.
It has roughage.
What a stinky... Okay, you mean this Pokemon's rolling down muddy hills all the time and poops itself and it doesn't bathe?
It's not pooping itself.
Dude,
Stop saying that.
this Pokemon's nasty, man.
Don't give it a bath. You're gonna kill your gravel.
It'll
Yeah,
blow
also,
up
it'll
with its last
explode and destroy your bathroom and also
try
you.
to go to the water park with your Graveler. Nope, you better clear out because that's a bombing that's gonna happen.
You're like, hey Graveler, do you want something to drink? And you pour like water over it. And it's like one tiny drop comes out of the water.
It just
the water
blows up.
bottle, and it like drops onto the Graveler.
Kills a beautiful family of 5. It's awful.
Man, that would be a funny animation thing.
Yeah.
If only I could draw. All right, so that does it for the Alola region. There are no Galar region because, just like Geodude, these aren't allowed in the Galar region for some reason.
Racism.
But I do have an entry here from the Lentil region, which comes to us from Professor Mirror.
Wait, the what?
Oh, I'm not explaining it again.
All right.
All right, this entry says, I'm sure you spotted Graveler curled up and rolling all over the place.
Who, me?
I don't know. The royal you, I guess. I guess it's just everybody in general. Whoever is reading this entry.
Okay.
Right. If you've heard of Graveler, you've seen it rolling down the hill before.
And it says it with such it's so sure of itself. I'm sure you've spotted Graveler curled
must
up and
have.
rolling. You would be a fool not to have spotted Graveler curled up and rolling all over the place. It's such a resilient Pokemon. It can even withstand the heat of the volcano's lava.
What?
Oh, okay.
That's impressive. I mean, this is an entry, so it has to be true.
It's gotta be.
Gotta be. All right, so that does it for the regional entries for Graveler. Let's go ahead and read the unique entries. Sorry, I'm mistaken. The only unique entry here is for Graveler's Alolan form. So
There's
let's
a
go ahead
who,
and
what,
read.
what?
I mean, Geodude had an Alolan form, so you shouldn't have been too
right.
surprised.
Sorry.
That does
Graveler.
track.
Makes sense. So let's read the Alolan entries for Alolan
Let's
Graveler
do
first,
it.
and then we can move on to the unique entries. All right, so Alolan Graveler. Its preferred food is Dravite. After it has eaten this mineral, crystals form inside the Pokemon, rising to the surface of part of its body.
Okay.
Yeah, let me read that again.
Mm-hmm.
After it has eaten this mineral, Dravite, by the way. I think that I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a form of tourmaline, by the way, Dravite.
This is all foreign language to me.
Tourmaline. It's like a gem, right? A gemstone.
Sure.
Okay.
Anyways, after it has eaten this mineral, crystals form inside the Pokemon, rising to the surface of part of its body. So only
Nice.
part of its body
Okay.
gets.
Okay.
That's a weird wording. The next one here says they eat rocks and often get into a scrap over them. The shock of Graveler smashing together causes a flash of light and a booming noise.
Ooh.
Yeah, scary. This next one expands on that and says, when two Graveler fight each other, it fills the surrounding with flashes of light and sound. People call it the fireworks of the earth.
Oh, that's you know what? Really artsy, really poetic. I like that.
I mean, I kind of felt a little bit goofy saying it, but I'm glad you liked it.
Well, I liked it. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy that, Curtis?
I did.
Okay, good.
All right. The next one here says, Graveler's entire body is tinged with electricity due to the stones it likes to eat. Which were what? What were the stones?
Drabite.
With a V there. Corbin.
Oh, Dravite.
Dravite.
Dravite. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Its entire body is tinged with electricity due to the stones it likes to eat. It is very quick-tempered. And the last entry here says, when it comes rolling down a mountain path, anything in its way gets zapped by electricity and sent flying.
That's cool.
Yeah, it kills it. Just kills.
Yep.
Just
Straight up.
It kills with a free and uncaring nature.
Yeah, sounds calming.
Which is honestly the hallmark of a psychopath.
Yeah, that's a little bit alarming there, Graveler. Maybe see a therapist.
Graveler is a psychopath. I think that Graveler has no feelings and it does not understand them.
Can confirm.
All right, that does it for the regional entries. Let's go ahead and read the unique entries. That's the only one here, and it comes to us from Rotom Pokédex. It's just a random Rotom Pokédex out there. It's not owned by anybody. It says, Graveler Alola form, the Rock Pokémon, a rock and electric type. The evolved form of Geodude. Graveler like to eat rocks and are known to get into fights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it makes sense.
I would say not the most important part of Graveler, but yeah,
Nope.
it's true. All right, so that does it for the Pokédex entries. Again, I still have not re-upped my subscription, so I don't have an unsourced, uncredited article for you today. I know, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. Come on.
But hey, good news. That gives us more time
to go on a field trip.
The pop quiz.
Oh, I wanted to go on a field trip, go to the mountains, see some Gravelers fight.
Maybe. Hey, maybe we'll get there. Who knows?
Maybe we will.
All right.
I'd like to.
Go ahead and put away your Rotom. Get out your Rotom laptops.
It's out.
Put away your Pokédex.
Okay.
Okay, I still see it out there, Corbin. So
No, I'm putting it. Listen, I'm putting it away now. Okay.
Corbin.
Mr. Curtis, and make sure you bring out a pencil. Mr. Curtis, could you switch your pencil with Corbin's just to make sure he's not cheating?
Okay.
I
don't want to cheat.
Cheating pencil.
I do have a pen.
Let me just.
That work? Can I use
that's
this?
fine. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
All right. Question number 1. Cantonian Graveler's favorite food is blank blank, and Alolan Graveler's favorite food is blank. It's a fill in the blank if you didn't catch that. All right. Both of the answers are in. Corbin says that Cantonian Graveler's favorite food is mossy rocks, and Alolan Graveler's favorite food is Dravite. Potentially. Let's see what Mr. Curtis says. He says Cantonian Graveler's favorite food is mossy rocks, and Alolan Graveler's favorite food is Dravite. Yes, I can hide it no longer. You are both absolutely correct. You both spelled it correctly too. I'm happy about that.
Wow, I'm really shocked for you, Curtis.
Oh, shocked! Did you get hit by an Alolan Graveler? Whoa! We like to have fun in this classroom.
We do. A boatload of fun, if you will.
Question number 2. Where do Gravelers commonly live? Both of the answers are in. Corbin says on the cliff sides of mountains. And Mr. Curtis says they live on the freaking side of cliffs because they be digging out holes.
Jeez, Curtis.
It's exciting.
It is.
It's on the side of a cliff.
A very thrilling life.
Who does that?
He also put a T in cliffs.
It's wrong.
Which is
Cliff.
I don't know who Clift is, but he's not in the answer.
Right.
But yes, you're both correct. They live on sheer cliff faces. They gouge out holes with their hands, I guess. I don't really know how.
They lick them.
Okay, question number 3. Describe to me, if you will be so kind, the phenomenon that is commonly referred to as fireworks of the earth. All right, thank you so much for submitting your answers. Corbin says, two Alolan Gravelers duking it out. By the way, this was the question was, what is the phenomenon referred to as fireworks of the earth? Corbin says, two Alolan Gravelers duking it out, fighting, slamming together, an exciting brawl for the ages.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. You put a lot of adjectives on there.
You're welcome.
But yeah. Mr. Curtis, on the other hand, says, when two Gravelers fight and collide, it fills the sky with lights and sound, hence the name Fireworks of the Earth. Okay. A different person wrote this. This was not Mr. Curtis.
Are you cheating?
Nice try. Nice try, Mr. Curtis, but you definitely copy and pasted this from the internet somewhere.
No, sir.
I mean, okay, as long as you listen, I believe you, Mr. Curtis. I believe you.
Listen, Professor, you just watched me write it. I got the pencil right here.
Well, you're typing it on a computer.
He's typing it with his pencil.
But I use the pencil to type the keys on the keyboard. That's how you know.
Silly me. All right, let's move on to question number 4. All right, this is a short answer essay question.
I assume you got that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you got it right.
Sweet,
yes,
sweet.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
when
Professor.
Gravelers.
Oh, jeez.
Well, specifically Alolan Gravelers.
Yes. Of course.
But I'll give it to you.
Oh, Curtis didn't put Alolan? Okay. That's wrong, dude.
Wait, did you put Alolan?
I did.
He did put Alolan.
Dude, did you, Curtis?
All right. You know what? Mr. Curtis, I do have to punish you.
Yeah,
what?
You can't. No, you can't.
By giving you a stern warning.
What? Right. That's wrong.
Be careful.
Because the regular ones don't do that.
Good job.
The regular ones don't do that. That's wrong. Mr. Curtis, that is incorrect. I'm sorry to tell you.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad you're not the professor, because only the professor.
No, it's wrong. The regular Gravelers don't do that. Playing favorites.
Order in the classroom. Let's move on to question number 4. Again, it's a short essay question. What, and again, there's no right or wrong here. I'm just getting a feel. I think this is an interesting, thing to think about. How do you think the digestive system of a Graveler works? All right, so I have both of the essays here. They wrote them very, very quickly. I mean, seconds it took for them to write these. So,
Professor, I'd do it for you.
We'll see how they look. All right, so we'll read Corbin's first. He says, Graveler needs moss for roughage. Its entire digestive system is made of rock. I mean, makes sense. Its entire body is made of rock, so.
Yeah, of course.
And it needs wet, mossy rocks to slide down its gullet and bowels more easily so it doesn't get caught on its rocky insides. Okay. The body breaks us down into mush, so it's easier to poop out. Okay, yeah. If it were just pooping rocks, one might get lodged in its butt, and it will be constipated, and no one wants that. Okay, so you're going for the full on. It's a fiber thing is what you were looking at and talking about the moss. All right, so good answer, Corbin. Very good. Again, you focus a little bit heavily into the pooping aspect.
Well, I mean, it's part of the digestive system, right?
You're right. But I mean, there's more. I mean, it eats a ton of it a day. So okay. Anyways, whatever. Let's read what Mr. Curtis has to say. The truth is, Graveler's tum-tum is actually a big rock tumbler. This is why Graveler rolls all the time, so it can break down its rocky food into digestible bits. Then, when it quote-unquote digests these bits, it really just absorbs and incorporates them into its mass. Ooh. This way, the crystals of Dravite and, of course, Alolan, Graveler. This is the way the crystals of Dravite rise to the surface of Alolan Gravelers.
That's wrong.
Because all the rocks and bits they eat rise and incorporate themselves in their extreme bulk of a mass. I like that. I think that's a very good answer. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Pretty solid, Mr. Curtis.
Thank you.
Yes,
what about mine? Is it not what you were looking for?
It wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but I still think it's very good. I do like how you incorporate its favorite food into your answer.
Thank you.
Excellent job, Corbin, and excellent job to you, Mr. Kirsch. You both get full marks. I love these short essay questions. I should do them more often.
100 for everybody except for Curtis, because he did not have in his third answer that it was an Alolan.
Well,
Graveler.
you're right. It's a 100 for everybody, and Mr. Curtis has an asterisk that said he did get a warning.
A bad warning.
Okay.
Like a warning where you lose points.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
No, he's not losing points, all right?
Oh,
It has a warning.
Whatever. I'm done. Favoritism.
Yes, in fact,
Favoritism.
we are all done. We've learned everything there is to know about Graveler. So I think it's time to end this lesson. Before we move on, does anybody know who we will be talking about next week?
It's another rock type. It's the evolution,
Yes.
right? It's got to be. It's electrode, right? Electric type.
No, it's still a rock. It's not Electrode.
Oh, Onyx.
It's Rollin' Randy. That's who it is.
Who are you talking about?
It's Roland Randy, the man who
know.
visits my dreams sometimes.
You know Rollin' Randy.
I don't.
He's the round Rollin' rock type Pokemon.
You're just making stuff up.
I mean, that could have described Geodude and Graveler right there, so it wasn't very descriptive.
Wait, was that part of the Olor region? Was that part of the document that?
No, it's not.
no.
It's not Roland.
It's
okay.
You've never seen a Rollin' Randy toy in the store?
No, this is made up.
No, this isn't true. This is not a thing. We're learning about Golem, which is the evolved form of Graveler. So you were right on that. And it does roll around a lot, but nobody calls it Rolling Randy. That's from that's the ravings of a madman, also known as Mr. Curtis. So we will be talking about Rolling Randy. I mean Golem next week. Sorry, it's weird. It's weird how Mr. Curtis like invades your brain. I hate it.
I don't like it.
He seeps
Corbin,
in slowly.
What?
You remember Rollin' Randy as a kid, right?
Oh my God, the memories are
Right.
flooding back. Yeah, he was the TV. He was the personality host. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
all right. I have to end this here. So if you have any questions for me, the professor, feel free to use my Gengar mail, which is wwopokemon@gmail.com. Gmail, of course, stands for Gengar mail. If you don't have a Gmail, that is perfectly fine. Feel free to reach out to us on the Bird Pokemon themed social network site, Twitter. We are at wwopokemon there as well. If you really, really like this lesson and you just love Graveler and you want everybody to know as much as possible about Graveler, and honestly, it's for their safety too, because you don't want to be hiking up a hill and not be prepared for Graveler to come
get
out of
zapped.
nowhere, fall into hit a pond, hit a little puddle right next to you, and then explode, killing you and all the people you were hiking with.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're hiking up a trail, make sure you keep your back to water.
That's right.
But yes, if you want more virtual students in our classroom, please give us a rating on Flapple Podcasts, written as if it were Apple Podcasts. It's a invisible FL for some reason. But that is the best way to spread Welcome to the World of Pokemon to as many listeners as possible. But that does it for today's lesson. So until next time, class is dismissed.
Welcome to the World of Pokemon is part of the Pokecasters Network.